It's Wednesday, April the 8th. Here's what we're working on this morning. A 2-week ceasefire in the Middle East is holding.
City of Hamilton is reminding all homeowners to complete their 2025 vacant unit tax declaration.
And lined into right field, Freeland with a base hit.
And the Blue Jays losing streak, it continues. Thanks so much for joining us. Hopefully our warming streak continues, Brian. It's not as cold this morning as it was yesterday morning coming in.
Well, yeah, the wind chill isn't quite as bad this morning. Our temperature is still in the minus column, so it's still a chilly start, -5, wind chill -9. But we are going to climb better temperature for the day today. You know, we only got to 1 degree yesterday.
Yeah, but at least it was sunny.
At least it was sunny.
Yes.
Okay, we could take that. It was sunny as long as you know, we're dressed warmly. Today it'll be sunny and we should hit 8 degrees. So at least that's coming up. Still shy of seasonal for this time of year. But tomorrow we're really going to get a nice mild push of air. We should double today's temperature. We should hit 16 degrees tomorrow. There will be a chance of a shower later in the afternoon, but actually a fair bit of sunshine for the day. So yeah, sunny and 8 degrees today. We're still sitting at -5 at the moment. We'll talk about that in detail coming up. How about a quick check on the roads? Okay, let's look at the 403 and Waterdown Road. Nothing there. Looks good. Just a few MTO traffic cameras. Okay, shall we check that one? Okay, we can check that one. Here's the top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge. Toronto bound heading away from us down to North Shore Boulevard. Nothing there. East of 4th Line's doing fine. So no problems on the roads right now. Weather and traffic, of course, we'll check them both in detail coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Okay, thanks very much, Brian. In an 11th hour decision last night, the United States, Israel, and Iran agreed to a 2-week ceasefire. It came after U.S. President Donald Trump threatened to destroy a whole civilization if the Strait of Hormuz wasn't reopened. Simone Gavros joins us in studio now with the latest overnight developments.
Well, Annette, the temporary ceasefire was announced by President Trump at 6:30 Eastern Time last night, an hour and a half before his deadline at 8 p.m. Now, nations breathed a sigh of relief, but there are still questions about the proposal on the table and what happens after the 2 weeks is up. Trump posted this on social media yesterday night, saying that this is a double-sided ceasefire and that the 10-point proposal from Iran is a quote, workable basis to negotiate. But he later then said the plan was fraudulent without elaborating any further. Iran's foreign affairs minister said that it would control and charge ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz and use the money it raised for reconstruction. That part of the proposal goes against Trump's call for free traffic of oil through the strait in order to reach a deal. He posted another update this morning saying the U.S. military will be, quote, hanging around the critical waterway to help with the traffic buildup. Meantime, Israel said it supports the U.S. ceasefire, but Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said it does not include Lebanon, despite conflicting statements from Pakistan, which said the ceasefire did include the Middle Eastern country. Strikes continued this morning, with Israel's military saying it's continuing targeted ground operations against Hezbollah. More than 1,500 people have been killed in Lebanon since the war began, and 1 million people displaced. So the first round of negotiations between Iran and the U.S. is expected to take place in Pakistan on Friday. Rick, back over to you.
Thank you, Simone. Hamilton police have arrested a 28-year-old man in connection with a stabbing downtown. Police were called to the area of King Street and Victoria Avenue North yesterday morning after reports of an attack. A 26-year-old man is in hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. The accused is charged with assault with a weapon and aggravated assault. Police are continuing their investigation and are asking for anyone with information or video to give them a call.
An arrest has been made after a deadly shooting in Brantford. Brantford police say the 38-year-old victim, who was shot dead near a convenience store on Sunday, was a good Samaritan. They say he had been intervening in a fight when he was shot. Police used their canine unit to locate the suspect, who was hiding in a home nearby. A 35-year-old Brantford man faces several charges, including second-degree murder.
Eventually, it will warm up enough that we'll have to deal with the heat. The city of Toronto is bringing back its air conditioner assistance program. At least 1,000 portable AC units will be available for people who can't afford one and live in multi-unit buildings. Hamilton expanded its air conditioner benefit subsidy last May. Eligible City of Hamilton applicants will receive a one-time $350 subsidy per household to buy an air conditioner.
And there's a week left for Hamilton homeowners to fill out a vacant unit tax declaration. Every Hamilton homeowner needs to fill one out, whether someone was living at their property or not in 2025. That includes single-family homes, townhouses, row houses, and multifamily dwellings. The vacant unit tax is meant to increase Hamilton's housing supply by encouraging owners to keep their properties or property occupied. Not submitting a 2025 vacant unit declaration by April 15th will result in a $250 fine. After the late declaration date of May 15th, the property will be considered vacant and a tax of 1% of the home's assessed value will be applied.
The Ontario government is proposing legislation that would eliminate certain green initiatives. Developers would no longer be required to add more tree canopy, electric vehicle charging, bird-friendly window coating, or other sustainable design standards beyond what's required for health and safety or by the building code. A government spokesperson says by making those municipal standards voluntary and reviewing municipal site plans more broadly, the province is helping get projects built and lowering costs.
A U.S. trade representative says talks to update the Canada-U.S.-Mexico trade deal, CUSMA, are likely to stretch past a key deadline in July. The countries face a decision to renew the pact, leave it, or trigger rolling annual reviews that could prolong talks for years. The deal has softened the impact of some tariffs under U.S. President Donald Trump, but Canada still faces duties on major sectors. Canada and Mexico would like to keep a three-country framework, although formal negotiations between Canada and the United States have yet to start.
Canada's Wonderland is updating its rules for the 2026 season. Starting May 1st, all guests aged 15 and under will need a chaperone aged 21 or older to enter or remain in the park after 4 p.m. Each chaperone can supervise up to 10 young guests per day. The park says the move is designed to keep the park safe and enjoyable for everyone. The park first tested a similar policy last fall during its Halloween haunt, following reports of unruly behavior at amusement parks and entertainment venues.
Prime Minister Mark Carney and Canadian astronaut Jeremy Henson will be having a very long-distance chat tonight. It's set to happen at 7:30 Eastern and will be live-streamed on the Canadian Space Agency's YouTube channel. No doubt they and the rest of the Artemis crew will talk about some of the incredible images from the mission's trip around the far side of the moon. The crew has seen a solar eclipse with the moon in front of the sun, and they have seen the Earth set like we see the sunset. During their 7-hour flyby, the crew took about 10,000 photos, seeing views of the lunar surface that human eyes have never seen before. The photos are going to help scientists better understand the moon and lay the groundwork for future missions. And there's been another first with the Artemis mission.
Integrity, this is the International Space Station. How do you hear?
That's the beginning of the first ever ship-to-ship call in space. They couldn't see each other, but the Artemis II crew spoke with those on board the space station for about 15 minutes.
Hey, International Space Station and Jessica, we have you loud and clear. How about us?
We have you loud and clear as well, and we have DME TV up, so we have a view of you right now, and it is making us so excited. We feel like you're here with us, and this is really just making our entire week right now.
Now, final preparations are underway for the Artemis II splashdown in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of San Diego, California. The U.S. Navy is leading the recovery efforts. An amphibious transport dock ship will be in the target zone to pick up the crew and recover the Orion capsule. Splashdown is set for tomorrow night, just after 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
It was much closer than Monday's series opener, but the Blue Jays' woes continue.
Freeland with a base hit. Kim, who's got great speed around third and in to score on the RBI single, and it's 3-0.
Jays hosted the Dodgers last night in Game 2 of their 3-game series at the Dome, and L.A. handed Toronto its 6th loss in a row. Alex Freeland had 3 hits. He drove in a run. He scored twice as the Dodgers dumped the Jays 4-1. Yoshinobu Yamamoto was spectacular on the mound again, allowing 1 run on 5 hits over 6+ innings, while Shohei Ohtani went 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a walk to extend his career-high on-base streak to 42 games. Kevin Gausman took the loss after giving up 3 runs over 5 innings and striking out 5, and he also was issued a balk in the 5th inning for not pausing long enough before delivering a pitch, and that led to this.
Oh boy. And John Schneider just got tossed out of the game by home plate umpire Dan Merzel.
Jays skipper John Schneider ejected after he stormed out of the dugout to plead his pitcher's case. It's the 13th time in his career that Schneider has been tossed from a game. The balk led to LA's 3rd run of the ballgame.
Quickly to Mamukelishvili, back to Quick. Quick in the lane, Scotty, the two-handed monster slam.
Scotty Barnes scored 25 points. Brandon Ingram added 23 as the Raptors beat the Heat 121-95. The win moves Toronto to within a game of idle Atlanta for the number 5 spot in the Eastern Conference playoff race. Miami, meantime, locked into the play-in tournament for a 4th year in a row. Toronto, aiming for its first trip to the playoffs since 2022, leads Philly by 1 game for the 6th and final guaranteed berth with 3 games to play. The race to grab the last couple of playoff spots in the NHL is intensifying. The Senators moved 2 points ahead of Columbus for the 2nd and final wildcard spot in the East, thanks to a 6-2 win at home against Tampa Bay. Jake Sanderson scored a pair of goals for Ottawa, and Brady Tkachuk had 4 assists in the victory. Nick Suzuki scored the tying goal with 20 seconds to play in the 3rd period. And Cole Caulfield netted the winner in the shootout as Montreal rallied past the Panthers 4-3. With 102 points on the season, the Canadiens now tied with the Lightning and Sabres for first place in the Atlantic Division. Clayton Keller scored a power play goal 33 seconds into overtime as Utah outlasted Edmonton 6-5. Oilers captain Connor McDavid had a goal and an assist in the loss to reclaim the NHL points lead with 128. That's 1 more than Tampa Bay's Nikita Kucherov. You can check the ticker for all the scores. The Utah Mammoth unveiled their latest creation, a new Zamboni the team is calling the Zammoth. The Zamboni was used in the 2002 Salt Lake City Winter Olympics and made its debut in Utah last night. NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal is on a mission to find the best dunker on the planet. Shaq has launched a new league called Dunkman, and he's named himself the commissioner. It follows a Dunkman television series, which aired last year. The new league begins this summer and will have 5 live events featuring 24 dunkers from around the world. The world champion wins a prize of $500,000.
Who owns the sky? Now we finally find.
Okay, we're 13 minutes after the hour, or 6 o'clock, obviously, on this Wednesday morning, the 8th of April. Let's get into traffic and see if we can find anything at all. And I'm not finding anything on the 403 here at Waterdown Road. Everything's doing fine in the Hamilton area. So let's check some MTOs. We'll go into St. Catharines at the QEW and 7th, and it's very light. Same with Centennial Parkway. Nothing at the 403 junction or Brant Ford plant. And then we'll flip ahead to the 427 Gardner QEW. Nope, no problems on the roads right now. The problem that we have is our temperature doesn't seem to want to go the right way. Once again this morning, the temperature has fallen. We're now sitting at -7 with a wind chill of -11. Thankfully, the winds are light, but they are at us from the northeast, and that keeps us, at least in Hamilton, fairly chilly because that's the wind coming off the lake. But the sky is mainly clear. That's going to bode well for later on today. We should have a mainly sunny day, and at least today will be better than 1 degree. We'll get to 8 degrees for the day today, and we'll have a bit of a southerly flow, which will help. So that ridge of high, as it slides to the east, we get that southerly flow behind it. That's what's going to help our temperatures. The warm front goes through. It'll be a mild day tomorrow, even milder than today, but we could get some instability, some showers in the afternoon, and then by Friday, yeah, it looks like we could get some rain, and the temperature looks like Friday is going to stumble a little bit. But today, better than yesterday. 10 degrees for Niagara, 11 Cayuga, Simcoe, Brantford 10, but 8 to 7 to 6 degrees for the rest of the Horseshoe. Lots of lovely sunshine again today. Tonight won't be quite as cold. 0 to +1 to +2. So that's better than what we have right now. Again, skies will be mainly clear. And then tomorrow we'll start off with sun. Then there's that chance of showers, maybe in some areas, some thunderstorms. But look at that, 16 degrees all the way around the Horseshoe tomorrow. So much better temperatures before, as I said, we stumble a bit as we get into Friday, which we'll talk about. So 8th of April, out the door this morning. Yeah, it's -7. Wind chill right now, -11. But the skies are mainly clear. We'll look long range in just a few minutes. Annette, Rick.
Okay, we will do that. Thank you. Coming up after the break, business news, a big recall on some Ford trucks and SUVs to tell you about. It's 6:17 on your Wednesday morning. Checking the markets right now, the Canadian dollar is up a basis point to 72.15 cents US. Gold is up $138, and look at that, the price of crude has dropped significantly because of the ceasefire reached last night, down more than $17 a barrel. In midday trading in Europe, Frankfurt is up by more than 1,000 points. Again, this is all because of a renewed hope of peace in the Middle East.
It's also being reflected in the Asian markets. Tokyo leading the way, closing up by more than 2,800 points. And at yesterday's close in North America, the TSX and NASDAQ were up on the day.
Ford is recalling more than 400,000 vehicles because of an issue with the windshield wipers. The recall includes 2021-23 Ford Expeditions and Lincoln Navigators and a range of F-Series Super Duty trucks, the model years 2022 to 23. The problem is the windshield wiper arms can break, reducing visibility and increasing the risk of a crash. Owners will be mailed a letter notifying them of the safety risk. Dealerships will inspect and replace the wiper arms for free.
Checking your luggage on Delta Air flights will cost you a little more. The airline is increasing checked baggage fees for tickets purchased on or after April 8th. It's the first hike in 2 years. The price for a first checked bag will rise to $62, with a second bag increasing to $76 Canadian. A third checked bag will jump even higher to $276. Changes apply to domestic and select short-haul international routes, but not long-haul flights. Delta says the increase reflects evolving global conditions as airlines face rising fuel and operating costs.
A relaunch of 8 original American Girl dolls are now on sale. The Historical Figures collection pays homage to American Doll's 40th anniversary this year. Each doll will include her signature outfit and a book, plus packaging inspired by the original design. The OG dolls sell for about $175,000 American, of course.
There are concerns about how AI safety and research company Anthropic's powerful new AI model Mythos could be abused by cyber criminals and spies, and it's impacting its public release. The company says Mythos will be shared with some of the world's biggest companies like Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft. Anthropic wants them to use the AI to look for bugs in their systems and test whether specific hacking techniques work, tasks that would take humans much more time and effort. Anthropic claims Mythos has already been successful in finding thousands of unknown software vulnerabilities.
Layoffs are hitting another Hollywood giant. Sony Pictures Entertainment is cutting hundreds of jobs worldwide. It's part of a major restructuring. The cuts will impact film, television, and corporate divisions at Sony Pictures. In a note to staff, the studio's new CEO says resources are being shifted away from slower growth areas to focus on core franchises and younger audiences. The corporate reshuffle also includes merging departments to streamline operations. Sony Pictures employs about 12,000 people around the world. The layoffs are expected to continue in the next few months.
All right, quick break right now. Brian's going to return with an update on your traffic and 7-day weather forecast. Stay with us.
6:24 is the time on this Wednesday morning. Let's check traffic. MTO traffic cameras. First of all, St. Catharines, and then we'll come around the Horseshoe. QEW east of Lake Street's doing fine through St. Catharines. Nothing there. Woodward Avenue, no problems. East of 4th, going from Burlington to Oakville, very light volume. Same at Lorne Park. Nothing going on the 403. This is the 403 camera, just about at the 401. So looks good all the way around. What doesn't feel good this morning is the temperature. The temperature has fallen this hour to -7 with a wind chill of -11. So once again, another cold start to our morning. -4 Mississauga, Grimsby, -3 into Toronto. So yeah, sun times for the day today, right there. We gain another couple of minutes of daylight. Seasonal temperatures now 10 degrees for the daytime high. We got to 1 yesterday and 0 for the overnight low. Those are our records. And yes, we're going to see a fair bit of sunshine today. Mainly sunny skies and -2 for the first bell. 8 degrees after school. Oh, that is so much better, but still shy of seasonal. Wanted to show. Time for the Clinton Report from Clinton, Ontario. Joanne sent that in late yesterday morning, so I couldn't use it. But she says all that white stuff is her fault because she had her car scheduled to have the summer tires put on yesterday. Thanks for that, Joanne. Nice shot. Thank you very much. Okay, long-range forecast. 8 degrees today. The sun, 0 tonight, so that'll be a little bit milder, but still clear. Tomorrow we'll start off with sun, and then we'll get chance of showers later in the afternoon. But look at the temperature spike up, 16. We stumble a bit on Friday with some rain and 6, and then a great weekend to come. Saturday, sunny and 14. Sunday, around the Bay Road Race, sunny and 15. Then we get chance of showers, but mild on Monday, 18 degrees. That's your forecast. Annette, Rick.
Always great to hear from the Clinton office. Hi, Joanne. Okay, it's going to cost a little bit more to play, but Canadians may see slightly better odds with big changes coming to Lottomax this week.
Yeah, starting Friday, tickets will increase to $6, but players will now get 4 lines of numbers instead of 3, choosing 7 numbers from 1 to 52. The jackpot cap is also rising, jumping from $80 million to $90 million, and a new $100,000 Max Plus prize will be introduced, tied to the jackpot size. While the odds of hitting the jackpot remain steep at about 1 in 33.4 million, the chances of winning smaller prizes are improving. Overall odds of winning any prize will now be about 1 in 5.8. This Friday's Lottomax jackpot is worth an estimated $18 million. My grandmother almost won the lottery. It's a story that I'll tell maybe on an upcoming Chit Chat one of these days.
Okay.
Yes, was this close. This close.
Like winning really, really, really big?
13 million.
Oh,
yeah, or
wow.
thereabouts. Yeah.
Wow.
Stay with us. More to come after the break.
I got to find out more about this.
Yeah, she was dreaming on.